What if the right foods could do more than just lower your blood sugar? What if they could actually protect your nerves, heal your kidneys, calm inflammation, support your heart, and even improve how your body uses insulin naturally? Many seniors rely on pills or injections that only manage the numbers, but over time, those medications can quietly strain your liver, kidneys, and heart. In this video, we reveal 8 powerful, research-backed superfoods that go beyond the surface to help reverse diabetic damage from the inside out. They're affordable, easy to prepare, and ideal for seniors managing type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. You'll also get simple, diabetic-friendly recipes for each food. Plus, we'll bust common myths and share fascinating fun facts that most people have never heard. Stay with me, because the final superfood might already be in your kitchen, but you're probably not using it the way you should. First on list, blueberries. Blueberries may be small in size, but they're one of the most powerful superfoods a diabetic can eat. With a low glycemic index of around 53 and a glycemic load of just 6 per 1/2 cup serving, they release sugar slowly into the bloodstream, preventing the rapid glucose spikes that damage nerves, kidneys, and eyes. But their real healing strength comes from a group of plant compounds called anthocyanins, the pigments that give blueberries their deep blue color. According to one research study, these anthocyanins can improve insulin sensitivity by up to 26% in just 6 weeks. That means your cells become better at absorbing sugar, reducing both fasting blood sugar and A1C levels over time. A half cup of raw blueberries, about 2.6 ounces, has just 42 calories, 11 grams of total carbohydrates, and nearly 2 grams of fiber, which is about 6% of your daily value. That fiber slows digestion and sugar absorption, helping you feel fuller longer while avoiding the blood sugar roller coaster. But blueberries don't stop at blood sugar. They protect the eyes by strengthening retinal capillaries and reducing oxidative damage, an important defense against diabetic retinopathy. They also boost brain function, protect nerves, and improve circulation by reducing inflammation in blood vessels. One study found that adults who consumed blueberries daily for 8 weeks saw significant improvements in memory and vascular function, both of which are often impaired in long-term diabetes. Blueberries are also gentle on the kidneys and support liver detoxification, helping reduce the metabolic stress that contributes to insulin resistance. For a diabetic-friendly recipe, try mixing 1/2 cup of fresh blueberries with 3 tablespoons of plain Greek yogurt, a dash of cinnamon, and 1 tablespoon of crushed walnuts. It's a healing blend of antioxidants, protein, and healthy fat, all under 100 calories. There's a common myth that blueberries are too sweet for diabetics. In reality, when portioned properly, they actually help reverse insulin resistance and support glucose control. Just avoid juices or jams. Stick to whole, fresh, or frozen blueberries to get the full benefit. For most people, half a cup per day is the sweet spot. Second on list, spinach. Spinach might look like an ordinary leafy green, but for people managing diabetes, it acts like a nutrient-dense shield. With a glycemic index close to 0 and only 7 calories per cup of raw spinach, about 1 ounce, this vegetable has virtually no effect on blood sugar. But don't let those numbers fool you. Spinach is loaded with healing power. That same cup gives you over 120% of the daily value for vitamin K, which plays a key role in blood clotting and supports bone health, especially in seniors with diabetes. You also get 15% of your daily value for vitamin A, 9% for folate, vitamin B9, 5% for vitamin C, and a steady supply of magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals that help improve insulin sensitivity and blood pressure control. Spinach is also rich in alpha-lipoic acid, a natural compound shown to improve nerve function and reduce symptoms of diabetic neuropathy in several studies. Beyond that, spinach supports kidney and heart health by reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, the hidden culprits behind complications like nephropathy and heart disease. One research study found that people who regularly consume spinach and other dark leafy greens had a 14% lower risk of type 2 diabetes and better fasting glucose levels over time. That's because spinach not only stabilizes blood sugar, but also supports liver detoxification, digestion, and eye health thanks to its high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. Here's a fun fact you might not know. Spinach is one of the very few vegetables that naturally contain coenzyme Q10, a powerful antioxidant that fuels your cells and supports heart function, a critical advantage for anyone managing diabetes-related fatigue or cardiovascular strain. Try this diabetic-friendly recipe. Saute 1 cup of spinach with a teaspoon of olive oil, garlic, and a sprinkle of turmeric. Add a pinch of sea salt and a dash of lemon. It's low in carbs, high in flavor, and anti-inflammatory. You can enjoy it as a side dish or mix it into scrambled eggs, soups, or smoothies. To get the full benefit, aim for 1 to 2 cups of raw spinach or 1/2 cup cooked per day. Third on list, lentils. Lentils are one of the most underrated superfoods for people with diabetes, offering a powerful mix of nutrients that support stable blood sugar and long-term metabolic health. With a low glycemic index of around 32 and a glycemic load of just 7 per 1/2 cup of cooked lentils, they digest slowly and prevent the rapid glucose spikes that damage nerves and blood vessels. A 1/2 cup serving of cooked lentils, about 3.5 ounces, delivers around 115 calories, 20 grams of total carbohydrates, and a generous 8 grams of dietary fiber. More than 28% of your daily value. This fiber helps reduce post-meal sugar spikes, improves digestion, and increases satiety, which naturally supports weight control. Lentils are also rich in plant-based protein, around 9 grams per serving, which not only supports muscle repair, but also helps stabilize insulin response. You also get vital nutrients like magnesium, folate, potassium, and zinc, all of which support nerve health, lower blood pressure, and reduce the risk of heart and kidney complications in diabetics. Lentils go beyond blood sugar control. They also support hormonal balance. For many people with type 2 diabetes, hormone imbalances related to insulin, cortisol, or even estrogen can worsen metabolic resistance. Lentils contain plant compounds and prebiotics that naturally regulate hormones and reduce chronic inflammation. According to one study, eating lentils regularly lowered fasting glucose in A1C levels in just 8 weeks, while also improving cholesterol levels and blood pressure. There's a common myth. Many people believe lentils are too high in carbohydrates for diabetics, but the truth is the unique mix of fiber and protein in lentils slows sugar absorption and reduces the glycemic impact of meals. In fact, replacing rice or potatoes with lentils can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 35%, according to research. Here's a simple diabetic-friendly recipe. Simmer 1/2 cup of cooked lentils with garlic, chopped tomatoes, turmeric, cumin, and a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. Serve warm as a soup or with a small portion of quinoa for a complete, blood sugar-friendly meal. Enjoy it 2 to 3 times a week to help support glucose control, digestion, and heart health. Fourth on list, salmon. Salmon isn't just a popular fish. It's one of the most diabetic-friendly proteins you can put on your plate. With a glycemic index of 0 and 0 carbohydrates, salmon won't raise your blood sugar at all. But its benefits go far beyond glucose control. A 3-ounce cooked serving of wild-caught salmon provides about 175 calories, 19 grams of high-quality protein, and over 1,800 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, essential fats that reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and protect blood vessels from damage caused by elevated glucose. Those omega-3s also lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and support brain health. Key areas of concern for seniors managing diabetes. Salmon is also a great source of vitamin D, about 71% of the daily value. Vitamin B12, 236% of the daily value. Selenium and potassium, all of which play critical roles in supporting nerve repair, kidney function, and heart rhythm stability in diabetic individuals. Salmon supports weight loss and fat metabolism by enhancing the body's ability to use insulin efficiently. In fact, research shows that regular intake of fatty fish like salmon may reduce insulin resistance by up to 25% and lower A1C levels over time. It also protects nerve endings, reduces symptoms of diabetic neuropathy, and improves mood and cognitive performance, especially in older adults. Another benefit, it's naturally low in mercury when sourced properly, making it a safer seafood choice. Surprising fact, salmon is one of the only foods that naturally boosts your body's production of adiponectin, a hormone that enhances insulin sensitivity, reduces inflammation, and helps regulate fat metabolism. Low levels of adiponectin are commonly seen in people with type 2 diabetes, and increasing it naturally can support long-term glucose control. For a simple diabetic-friendly recipe, bake a 3-ounce fillet of wild salmon with lemon juice, garlic, black pepper, and a sprinkle of turmeric. Serve it with a side of steamed spinach or roasted cauliflower for a meal that supports heart health, blood sugar balance, and brain protection. All in under 20 minutes. Aim for 2 servings of fatty fish per week for maximum benefit. Before we move on to the next superfood, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Drop your city, state, or country in the comments below. It's always inspiring to see how far our diabetes healthcare community reaches around the world. Fifth on list, quinoa. Quinoa might look like a grain, but it's actually a seed and one of the smartest carb choices for people managing diabetes. Unlike white rice or refined grains, quinoa has a low glycemic index of about 53 and a glycemic load of just 10 per 1/2 cup cooked serving, meaning it digests slowly and doesn't flood your bloodstream with sugar. A half cup of cooked quinoa, about 4 ounces, contains roughly 111 calories, 19.7 grams of carbohydrates, 2.6 grams of fiber, and 4 grams of protein, making it one of the rare plant foods that's also a complete protein source. That means it provides all 9 essential amino acids, supporting muscle repair, insulin function, and energy levels in people with diabetes. Quinoa is also rich in magnesium, with one serving providing about 30% of your daily value, along with small amounts of iron, zinc, folate, and potassium, all of which support nerve, kidney, and cardiovascular health. Quinoa's real strength lies in its ability to reduce insulin resistance. The fiber and protein work together to slow digestion, reduce hunger, and prevent blood sugar spikes after meals. Plus, its natural antioxidant content, especially quercetin and camphorol, helps reduce chronic inflammation in tissues commonly damaged by diabetes, like the heart, eyes, and kidneys. One study found that people who included quinoa regularly in their meals had better glucose control and improved lipid profiles within 12 weeks. There's a common myth about this. Many people assume quinoa is too high in carbs to be safe for diabetics. But unlike refined carbs, quinoa's nutrient density and slow-digesting starch make it a blood sugar-friendly choice when portioned correctly. In fact, it's a much safer option than white rice or pasta and offers long-term metabolic benefits. For a diabetic-friendly recipe, try combining 1/2 cup cooked quinoa with diced cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, chopped parsley, lemon juice, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. This light and refreshing salad delivers fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats in every bite. Enjoy it 2 to 3 times a week as a base for lunch or a side with grilled fish or legumes. Sixth on list, avocados. Avocados are one of the most powerful blood sugar-friendly fats you can add to your diet, and they do far more than just lower carbs. With a glycemic index of 0 and only 2 grams of net carbohydrates per half an avocado, this creamy fruit helps stabilize glucose, reduce cravings, and improve insulin sensitivity. 1/2 of a medium avocado, about 3.5 ounces, contains around 120 calories, 10 grams of healthy monounsaturated fat, 3 grams of fiber, about 10% of your daily value, and a small amount of magnesium, potassium, vitamin K, and folate. These nutrients help relax blood vessels, support heart rhythm, and improve nutrient absorption, all critical for seniors managing type 2 diabetes. The fiber and fat in avocados also slow digestion, which reduces post-meal glucose spikes and supports longer-lasting energy without the crashes caused by processed foods. Research shows that people who include avocado in their meals experience lower fasting insulin levels and better appetite control, making it easier to manage weight, a key factor in reversing insulin resistance. Avocados are also rich in antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect the eyes from diabetic retinopathy, and contain small amounts of beta-sitosterol, a plant compound known to reduce cholesterol and inflammation in the arteries. For people with diabetic kidney disease, the low sodium and high potassium content in avocado supports a healthier blood pressure profile and may reduce the risk of further kidney damage. Now, here's a fun fact that's actually useful. Avocados contain more potassium per ounce than bananas, and potassium plays a direct role in improving insulin response, reducing muscle cramps, and balancing fluids in the body, especially for people taking diuretics or blood pressure medications. For a simple diabetic-friendly recipe, mash half an avocado with lemon juice, black pepper, and a pinch of garlic powder. Spread it on a slice of whole grain or almond flour toast for a satisfying low-carb snack that supports blood sugar control and heart health. You can also add it to salads, soups, or smoothies for extra creaminess without spiking blood glucose. For best results, include avocado in your meals 3 to 4 times per week. Seventh on list, walnuts. Walnuts aren't just a crunchy snack. They're one of the best nuts for managing diabetes from the inside out. With a glycemic index of 0 and only 2 grams of net carbs per 1 ounce serving, about 14 halves, walnuts won't raise your blood sugar, but they will improve the way your body responds to insulin. That same 1 ounce serving provides about 185 calories, 18 grams of fat, mostly anti-inflammatory omega-3s and monounsaturated fats, 4 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fiber, around 7% of your daily value. These healthy fats slow digestion, reduce hunger, and support steady glucose levels for hours after eating. But beyond that, walnuts are packed with antioxidants like ellagic acid and vitamin E, which help repair oxidative damage in the nerves, pancreas, and heart. Several studies have shown that regular walnut consumption can lower fasting insulin levels, reduce A1C, and improve blood vessel function in people with type 2 diabetes. They also support nerve regeneration and reduce pain associated with diabetic neuropathy, thanks to their anti-inflammatory alpha-linolenic acid ALA content. Plus, the magnesium and manganese in walnuts help relax blood vessels, regulate blood pressure, and protect kidney function, especially important for diabetics who are at higher risk for cardiovascular and renal complications. Walnuts also support brain health and memory, which can decline with age and poorly controlled blood sugar. Here's a myth that confuses a lot of people. Some people believe walnuts are too high in fat to be good for diabetics. But the truth is, these fats are the right kind. Unsaturated fats that help reduce insulin resistance and lower harmful LDL cholesterol. The key is portion control. Eating 1 ounce a day, about a small handful, provides metabolic benefits without overloading calories. For a quick diabetic-friendly recipe, sprinkle 1 tablespoon of chopped walnuts onto your morning oatmeal, Greek yogurt, or even a spinach salad. You can also blend them into a smoothie or use crushed walnuts as a coating for baked fish or chicken. Just remember, raw or dry roasted, unsalted walnuts are best. Stick with 1 ounce daily to get the full benefit without going overboard. Eighth on list, flax seeds. Flax seeds may be tiny, but they pack a massive nutritional punch, especially for people managing diabetes. With a glycemic index near 0 and only 1.5 grams of net carbs per tablespoon, flax seeds won't raise your blood sugar. Instead, they help lower it. 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds, about 0.35 ounces, delivers 37 calories, 3 grams of fiber, 10% of your daily value, 1.3 grams of protein, and over 2 grams of healthy fats, especially alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that reduces inflammation in blood vessels, nerves, and the pancreas. The high fiber content in flax seeds includes soluble and mucilage fibers, which swell in the gut to slow digestion, flatten post-meal sugar spikes, and support regular bowel movements. That's particularly helpful for diabetics who often struggle with irregular digestion and poor nutrient absorption. But flax seeds don't just help with glucose, they also improve cholesterol. Research shows that eating 1 to 2 tablespoons of flax seeds daily may reduce LDL cholesterol by up to 15% and lower A1C in people with type 2 diabetes. They're also a rich source of lignans, unique plant compounds that support hormonal balance, enhance insulin sensitivity, and protect against cancer, especially breast and prostate cancers. Flax seeds help regulate appetite, reduce cravings, and promote fat metabolism, which supports weight loss and improved energy in diabetic individuals. They also contain magnesium, a key mineral that enhances insulin function and nerve signaling, two areas often impaired in long-term diabetes. Here's a fun fact. Flax seeds are one of the only plant foods naturally higher in lignans than any other food, offering up to 800 times more than sesame seeds. Lignans act as natural hormone regulators and antioxidants, giving flax seeds powerful metabolic and protective effects. For a simple diabetic-friendly recipe, stir 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds into a cup of plain Greek yogurt, oatmeal, or a smoothie. Always use ground flax seeds, not whole. They're easier to digest and release more nutrients. You can also sprinkle them into soups or baked goods. Aim for 1 to 2 tablespoons per day for full benefits, and be sure to increase water intake to support the added fiber. Final thought. These 8 superfoods aren't just about lowering your blood sugar. They're about taking back control of your health from the inside out. They support your heart, protect your nerves, strengthen your kidneys, improve insulin response, and help you feel more energetic and in control, without relying solely on medications that often come with side effects. Small changes in your food choices can lead to big improvements in how you feel every day. So start simple, stay consistent, and let food become your most powerful tool for long-term diabetic health. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe for more science-based, easy-to-understand content made especially for diabetic patients. And leave a comment below. Which of these superfoods do you already use? And how do you prepare it? I'd love to hear from you.